Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we have a Giant TCR Advanced SL, and if I'm not wrong, I think this is in the Maglia Rosa. Kevin, who is here with me today, will explain and run us through his bike. So Kevin, thanks for coming, and over to you, man.
Hi everyone, my name is Kevin. Thanks for watching this video. So this is my 2018 Giant TCR Advanced SL in the Maglia Rosa colors. The reason why this bike is in this color is because I think the same model won the 100th edition of the Tour of Italy in the hands of Tom Dumoulin for Team Sunweb, hence the Sunweb stickers on the bike. Yeah, I got this bike from a friend about 2.5 years ago, and I think he got it from someone in Australia. So yeah, I got the bike without wheels, and it's now fitted with the Windspace Hyper 50 wheels. The group set is Ultegra R8000, except for the brake calipers, which are SRAM red. Zip service Corsa stem in 130mm length. Giant contact SLR's handlebar in 42 cm, and a Berg saddle. Oh, these are the Conti GP 5000s in the transparent color. I mean, they call it transparent, but it just looks brown to me, lah.
These are 28s or 25s?
These are 25s. The Windspace wheels itself are not very wide, so I don't think. And this frame is also about 3 or 4 years old already, so I don't think they can fit a 28mm tire. I'm not exactly sure how many of these frames are in Singapore. I've never seen it on the road. I've seen an extra small one in a shop, but not one in this size, which is a size medium. Oh yeah, about sizing, I'm 181 cm, and this bike is a medium, which I think is a 54 in Giant terms. Actually, the philosophy behind this bike is very much like my own riding philosophy. It's very simple, it's very fast-free, maintenance-free. As you can see, it's also in rim brake, and it's a mechanical group set as well. Oh, actually, a funny story about disc and mechanical group sets, because I'm sort of like a time traveler. I only came back to cycling about 3 years ago. I was very active in cycling when I was from 14 to 20. I was racing mountain bikes, racing road bikes, and then I stopped at 20, and I only came back 3 years ago. So for me, I raced in a time where there was only disc brakes. Where there was only rim brakes and mechanical group sets. So I'm quite a dinosaur in that sense, and very stubborn as well. So to be honest, I don't see a need for disc brakes and electronic group sets when I ride, lah. I think it's a very personal thing, and to me, it's just that I don't think they improve my riding. They don't make me go faster. The only drawback is when when it rains, lah. When it rains, the braking suffers a bit, but that only happens like what, once, twice, 3 times a year. And yeah, and also one of the reasons why this bike is quite simple and basic is also because I don't want to spend too much on the bike. As you know, for cycling, it's very easy to go overboard, lah. To spend a lot of money for gains that only give you a few watts advantage. So I try and keep things simple. Actually, ideally, I would like to have a longer stem because I sit pretty far forward on the saddle. So this stem is 130, right? So ideally, I think it should be a 140. I try and spend my money on upgrades that are of good value of money, lah. Like, for example, I'm using Vittoria latex tubes, and I'm also using some cheapo China titanium skewers that I got online, and they only cost $13, and they weigh 40 grams. I know some people might think they're dangerous and all, but I've ridden them for about close to 1.5 years, and they're stiff, they don't creak, they're very light, and yeah, I'm very happy with them. The bike is good enough for me, lah. It's very stiff, it handles very well, it's very sharp, and I think in this setup it's quite light as well.
Okay, we'll now move on to the Instagram Q&A. If you guys want to ask your questions for the next bike, follow me on Instagram and you get the chance to ask your questions. So let me kick off the question. I think this is personally from me. Well, this looks like a very light bike. My question is, what is the weight? And following up on that is what pedals are you running? And you told me that you were not using power meter. So sorry for the long questions. There are 3 questions there. Yes, so over to you.
Actually, I was running a S-Works power saddle. I only changed to this bug saddle recently because my friend gave it to me. With the S-Works saddle, it was 6.85, and I think I shaved off 100 grams from this saddle alone. So I think the bike should be about 6.7-ish. Oh, the pedals are actually more than 10 years old. Actually, they're more than, I don't know, 15 years old. Because I used these pedals when I was racing as a youth. So they were very trendy in the late 90s, I think. And because I stopped cycling, right, for 17 years, so I just took it from my storeroom and used it, and they still work. They are look Q carbon pedals with a titanium spindle. Because I'm quite competitive. I used to be a racer, right? So I know that if I get a power meter, I'll be obsessed with numbers. I'll be comparing numbers with my friends. And yeah, for me, I enjoy riding more than I enjoy upgrading my bike. So for me, as long as I have the speed, the distance, average speed, I'm happy enough. I also see how people can be very obsessed with numbers on Strava, and it's for me, I know if I get there, I'll also be equally obsessed. So I just thought I'd just keep things simple and just keep a so my computer is from Decathlon. It's a very simple $30 computer. It's light and it has all I need. So I think, that's enough for me.
Wow, that's a very... I mean, this to all those guys who just started cycling and they're very obsessed with numbers. I'm extremely guilty of that. I'm very obsessed with my numbers, especially on Strava, right? When I see my average speed around 34 when I'm with fast guys, I tend to end it early so that my average speed is still very high when I'm still not done with the ride. What are the problems you foresee with integrated seat posts?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think the only drawback I've heard from people is that when you go traveling, it might be a bit hard to fit the bike into a bike box. I hardly travel. In fact, I've never traveled before on my bike, and I don't foresee myself doing that as well in the future. I think the advantages of a ISL is that, or ISP is that it's light, it's supposedly more comfortable, and I think it looks better as well.
How does one adjust the seat post and the height?
So my friend who sold me this bike was about 5 cm shorter than me. So he already had his ISP cut to his height. So I think I needed about 30 or 40 more mm. And the good thing is there's giant supply spaces that you can insert into the seat post clamp. So as you can see, I probably have about 30 or 40 mm worth of spaces in the seat clamp. And I've already exceeded actually the limit. But I'm just guessing that a few mm wouldn't affect anything.
How much is the whole bike?
So as I said earlier, I'm quite a price conscious person. I didn't want to spend too much on the bike. So this bike I bought off my friend for, I think I bought the whole bike without wheels for 4,500, and then I changed the saddle, I changed the stem, and then I also bought this wind space wheels for 1,500. I only spent about not more than 7,000.
What's the one thing you would like to upgrade from this build? DI2, OSPW, or anything else?
As I said earlier, I'm quite a simple person. I'm not obsessed with tricking out my bike. I probably will not get disc brakes. I'll probably hold on to rim brakes for as long as I can. I also probably won't get DI2. I don't see a problem with. I grew up with mechanical shifting, so I don't see a need for DI2. If I could upgrade something, I'd probably go for integrated stem and handlebar combo, just to save weight, and also to improve its looks, I think.
So I want to top up on that and ask you a question. Since you've been in the scene for a long time, what are your thoughts about oversized pulleys?
Wow, that's a very controversial question. I might get a lot of hateful comments for this. Like I said earlier, I think cycling is a sport where you can easily go overboard with upgrading, with buying very tricked up stuff that costs a bit too much. Personally, I don't think there's a need for oversized pulleys. You spend I don't know how much, $300-$500 to save 5-10 watts. I think the value slash advantage ratio is very low, so it's not something I'll probably get. And Shimano still makes their derailleurs with regular size pulleys, so yeah, it's not something it's not something that I would get. I think it's too expensive just for that marginal gain.
How many KOMs does the owner possess?
I wouldn't know. I have no Strava. I don't have a Strava. I mean, I'm on Strava, but I use my phone to record. And yeah, that's another reason why I don't have a power meter. Knowing me, if I get a power meter, I probably just go chonging for go and try to break every KOM out there. So yeah, I don't have any KOMs. Sadly, yeah.
Difference between the normal and SL model.
I think the SL model, firstly, it's built with a higher grade of carbon, so it's a bit lighter, and of course, the SL also has an integrated seat post, and the SL also has a carbon steerer tube in the fork, whereas the advanced the lower end models, the second tier models, have I think alloy steerer tube.
What is the review on the Hyper 50s? Now, these wheels are very gaining a lot of traction and popularity right now. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, before these wheels, I used to own Roval CLX 64s, and I was looking to lighten my bike. So after reading a few reviews online about the wind space, I thought they were good lah. So having tried them, from my experience, I think they are as good, if not as fast as they are as fast, if not faster than the Rovals. To be honest, they're stiff enough for someone like me, and they're very light, which is the main reason why I got it. They come in carbon spokes, and the hubs are smooth as well. They're stiff as well. So yeah, I think for the money, they're hard to beat. I think people have this probably misconceptions about things made in China, but having tried them, I think they walk the talk, you know. So yeah, I'm happy with them. They're stiff, they're fast, they're light. I mean, what more can I ask for?
Today's video is sponsored by TI Parts. Find them on Lazada and use my promo code on the link. Get 5% off, man. And thank you, TI Parts. And Kevin, thanks so much. This amazing bike. Let me take all the B-rolls, and I think we are done for today. Thanks again, Kevin.
Hey, you're welcome. No problem. Thanks for having me. What do you call this? Into the... Sorry, could I cut that?
Yeah.
What do you call that?
I don't even know what it's called.
Seat post, seat clamp. Seat clamp. But the good thing is that Giant supplies space.
Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we have a Giant Giant TCR Advanced SL, is it? Yes. Okay.